my pedigree, I got legacy in my pop. You playing hopscotch on that top notch on the block. Should've been slide like me, nah. Spice it up with a sauce. Yeah, my lord said don't do it. I said bah. Yeah, my lord said don't do it. I said bah. Yeah, my lord said don't do it. I said bah. I keep paper, play ball with Lita. Big queso, I'm born with the ether. But I'm still Takahita, no halo. I've been with a hang gun. I've been on my King Kong, come payload. I've been on what? Pedigree, I got legacy in my pop. You playing hopscotch on that top notch on the block. Should've been slide like me, nah. Spice it up with a sauce. Yeah, my lord said don't do it. I said what? Shut my pedigree, I got legacy in my pop. You playing hopscotch on that top notch on the block. Should've been slide like me, nah. Should've with the sauce. Yeah, my lord said don't do it. I said what?
Both of these teams had to do a lot to prove the haters wrong just to get here. But today is the real test. If they can win here, they won't just be contenders in EMEA, they will be contenders for Masters Toronto. And Heretics are gonna just like don't care about their permaban. NAVI are gonna pick Pearl. Sen is left open for some reason and nobody goes there. What is going on, Uli?
I'm sorry, I have to log because I was saying that Fracture should be banned. Obviously, they're playing against the best IGL on Fracture. It should. No, but surprised me the most that Pearl is his perma-ban. Well, it seems to be. And it's left open, and it's going to be played by NAVI.
I want this to go all the way here because, you know, obviously NAVI 13-0'd Giant X, and then on the opposite end of that, you have Heretics who lost that 10-2 half to Giant X, but I don't think they'll make the same mistakes again.
That. Wait, what?
So I think that Split will be an incredibly competitive map. So I want to see this go all the way.
I do as well, purely because Pansy's been here since 4:45, I think, and I don't want her to be able to get home before midnight. But let's talk about this Ascent, because we currently live in a world where Heretics are not banning it, even though they always banned it in the past. NAVI was also banning it for some reason. They leave it open today. I thought they would leave it open to pick it, Uli, not leave it open just for Heretics to ban it.
Yeah, and also, I mean, Aston, Pearl, both maps were open. They decided to play Pearl instead of Aston. I'm surprised the most. I want to see, I mean, also, I think Heretics should be baiting on this Pearl.
Yeah, you
or
think
they
this
have
is a trap?
something prepared. I think so. They have been banning every single match on this stage 1, and now it's open. I don't trust it.
I do.
It should be a bait.
I agree here as well. I think they've maybe missed a chance to take Heretics on Ascent because that's the one map that they haven't won out of the maps that they've chosen. I just don't think they must not be incredibly confident.
No, but they've got like 2 reps on this map. Now Angel has more reps on Ascent than I think I have hair ties.
Is he the best IGL on Ascent too?
I honestly, oh, that's a great question. I don't think so, but he's definitely top 3.
Okay.
Top 3 hunt. I think best maybe Leviathan takes the cake over his Ascent. Regardless, it is just very odd mind games perhaps we're playing. But let's take a look at Agent Select for this very first map we are going to see here and see what we're going to get on Haven. No changes.
I love this. We heard from Angel that the only reason that Xiao is back on that Sova is because the Angel wanted to play Vice so badly. So I'm excited to watch that again. And of course, we have Vut and Miniboo who put up an incredible performance as incredibly aggressive duelists on Haven. And combined together, I do believe that they're a demon duo on Haven.
To be honest, I thought that it was the last time that I was going to see Vice on Angel. But it's not. He's back. He's going to play one more time. I really like it.
All right. Well, if you were here with us for the match before, then you will know that Pansy is already in the building. She is standing by with the 2014 Dignitas Scan UK Invitational runner-up, Jacob Mini Harris.
Wow, that is a brutal throwback. I-Series and Epic Land have never seen scenes like it since Mini has left that era. However, I do want to kind of touch on the basis of this map veto, right? Because the Deaths was kind of chewing through it a little bit there, a couple of question marks. What do you make of the veto? What do you think they were trying to achieve in this?
So, Heretics ban Fracture. That's just, I think, going to be their ban now from now on.
Okay.
I think maybe even looking to next week against Fnatic, probably not wanting to play it there either.
Yeah, nice long-term.
Navi's side, floating Ascent, I like that. Heretics looked very poor and started banning that a little bit. So I liked the veto from Navi. I actually think that they were in control of this veto a little bit more than Heretics. Obviously, expectations-wise, we're expecting Heretics to take this one. But I like the veto from Na'Vi. The first map's going to be a little bit harder for them. Not a map that they love. Heretics looking good on this map. But Pro and Split, if we're getting there, I think Na'Vi could have a chance.
It could be that start strong for Heretics and then the flip comes in. But we wait and see, obviously. Who knows what they've come up with. Last time these two met, Ardis was in that Na'Vi squad, so you've got to roll your minds back. But it does give you a bigger picture of what to expect in the future here. Can they really vie for the top if you're looking at Na'Vi? Heretics already sitting at that 3-0, and Na'Vi on the attack here, already going to be leaning towards C.
Heretics, I believe, running the same pistol as they did last time. Retake C, but they're going to have numbers in for a flood.
Yeah, waiting to see that come through. For now, it is going to be Na'Vi getting to set the tone. Spike down. Let's wait for that flood to come in. Maybe Woot to set this in motion. Miniboo stalled out towards CT. And the first strike comes in. Rienz from afar. Beautiful. I'm sure we'll get that on the replay together if we're lucky. Nice old one-way, though. Gonna reward here. Woot goes down. Hero gets what he wants. But the back of the site now. Under fight. Heretics and Na'Vi. Back and forth we go. Rienz with a belting round already. As Angel left in the 1v2. Smoked off and forced away. Tries to get a shot, but Rienz isn't losing today. What a round from him.
I believe that shot might have been off of that undercut.
It had to have been, right? The combo? Do we get it on replay? I hate to do this to our replay ops, poor guys. But
they're usually good for it. They're usually good for it.
They're normally on it. We'll see. We'll see. They're like, I hate you guys. Let's have a little look. Yeah, so at least we get to see the shock dart there. Oh, see, our team are unreal.
He was just off of the undercut, but he was damaged, so we'll give Woot the assist mentally.
For Rienz. And when we kind of talk about Heretics, we've been looking a lot towards Miniboo recently because of that form. Has been very good. Uli, obviously, highlighting that one there. But Rienz is one of those sleeping giants. When he kicks into gear, good lord, that man is scary. However, now for Na'Vi, they have to try and suffer through this round.
I think I'd like to highlight, though, is Woot on this map. On the defense side, against Vitality, I believe he was 17-7. So for the defense on this map, it's a lot around Woot. But as you highlight, Rienz on that Sova, when he can get to play it in this meta, it's a little bit harder to get the Sova out sometimes.
Yep.
But probably the best Sova in our region so far. Active.
Active, yeah. I was waiting for the word Leo to come drifting through, but
it's always there.
It's always there. On the other side, Na'Vi, let's see if they can gather a silver lining here. Heretics will be waiting patiently. Woot here, up to be rewarded. First found, no problem so far. And the smoke to reinforce this choke. No one's going to be making it through that.
The ISO Judge, a bit of a new look. Not one I see often, but approved.
Oh, Mini approval.
Mini approved.
Now, I'm going to put it out there while we're in a round like this. Mini's a little sleepy today, so he might be getting a little bit edgy. You might be on for After Dark Mini here. And Miniboo, speaking of Mini,
Spike down A.
he's looking clean. Ruxic, it's just try and do what you can. Surprised Rienz was the one running through, but maybe getting close towards the ult. But Miniboo there to secure. Really nice from him. Lovely mechanical work as expected.
Here's where we start. For Na'Vi, they played against Apex last time. It was a very close game. They had a good attack side with this comp, which is surprising given it's a double Sentinel. Quite
I
often.
didn't ask you about the comp too much, because I know you were a little bit...
Oh, I hate it. It's awful.
Oh, we're on the word hate.
Yes.
Fair enough. Thought...
I'm grumpy enough already.
It's true. Yep. It's true. Hatred.
Wait till third map when they get to split, because that is not good either.
And I want you to explain as to why once we see it really go through this. For now, though, obviously, they have the better buy, but I don't know if we're going to see the faults of it come to light.
I do like their default. They used the smoke on A main to block vision and the thorns deep onto sewers, but already we see the preparation boost up on that A main already. Full information for Heretics on this A side of the map. They should be rotating towards C. That's where we see Na'Vi creeping towards.
Yeah, slowly Rienz is tentatively leaning that way, but we've seen them posture for these retakes. Woot again, though. He had to go back to it, noting that decoy ahead. And from afar, Rienz, we're talking about that ult in play. Doesn't get what he wants, but they still have a player advantage here. And Miniboo, another tag. He's locked in today. Angel going to be on suffering off the back of this with Hero, already HP lower.
Yeah, util here for Heretics. We've got Paranoia still.
So itchy. Yeah, Rienz could set this in motion with the combination of the two. See how they started. Miniboo still firing. Just a little close start there. Oh, we're running wide. Miniboo just hitting shots, man. What is this? Angel, show me some magic. 8 bullets and a prayer. Oh, it was a damn good try. But the bonus falls to the hands of Heretics, and they'll be grinning like thieves with that one.
Flashbacks to when we casted Angel versus a Fnatic, and we were all doubting. Vando in the same position. Not this time. Look at them. But yeah, the retake from Heretics, curious. They didn't go off of the paranoia, just Miniboo running in, scouts, knives, no scoping people.
The 40-year-olds in chat loving that reference.
Loving, yeah, Sliggy's lapping it up.
Yeah, he's having a little grin. But that's a big round. And look, I love the fact that Uli kind of highlighted this Miniboo presence. He is the 19-year-old sensation, right? The guy has got some real craft to his work. He's exceptional to watch. And now on the Outlaw, massive farming opportunity here. Very hard for Na'Vi to make much of this. We have the Sheriffs. Koala does have the Vandal though, so that's something to maybe keep in your mind as we have a little check-in. He is towards mid and Boo's position. Feels like the checkmate, doesn't it? Let's see. Boo, asleep at the wheel. Maybe a mini-map moment there for him. Say that a couple times in a row. Woot, only good for one. This is good trading for Na'Vi. And these are individual fights for Heretics now. They slow the roll, or do they have to respect the Na'Vi? Now have the sight. Beautiful flash. Koala Noob outdoing Benji, and again, isolated. Miniboo, this would need to be miraculous. It's already a good start, but Angel better just below the window. Juliet falls as Rien's the last one alive in a 1v3. He's already on, what, 49 HP. This has been marvelous from Na'Vi.
The economy is good, so he could have gone for it, but smart option. Playing it safe with the save. Yeah, and this was a massive round to win. Like, Heretics, I was getting into the mind frame of the economy's flowing.
Yep.
Navi's economy's not flowing.
Yep.
So huge momentum swing back towards Na'Vi.
I'm impressed with this. And it feels like it kind of started, I don't want to say ended, but it felt like Boo was just looking at the minimap, which is always going to be that brutality of being the IGL. Yeah. Your mind's not always, you know, locked in on just the crosshair. You're thinking about everything else that's going on. And it was just a lovely reaction from this side. You know, again, Koala Noob, credit to him in that to find it. And then the individual follow-ups here, Rupsik, lovely, instantly springing forward to take control of the connector. It all looked great. Ooh, Angel. Ooh. Sorry,
yeah, he's on a...
Angel. No, don't laugh, it makes it feels like we're not expecting it. Be like, yeah, of course. Where's our nonchalant king?
Two big aim rounds from Angel.
Has Angel been in the range? Is he even working?
He saw Boaster doing his stuff yesterday.
True. Maybe that's it. Just lit a fire underneath him. Ooh, Boo, right off the rip though this time. Okay, this time focused on the crosshair. It's rare you catch out our lovely observers, but this time it was so quick they didn't even see it coming. Now, we're going to see what they do with this. 4 players are standing. Koala Noob did, I mean, ult's down with him at this point, but Miniboo on the bigger green now. Oh, in his hands too, if he fancies it. 1 away from Woot. Going to see those cycling in pretty soon.
Yeah, 5v4 for Heretics. They don't need to do too much. Navi just trying to figure it out.
Miniboo wanting that info. Nothing waiting out of B. This should free up that rotation potentially towards A. Obviously gets him over towards his side, but does that then cause pause for thought for Na'Vi? Maybe re-explore the rest of the map. They do have a couple of ults for themselves. I want to say a couple. Angel's got his. 1 away from Hero, 2 away Shout, 1 away Rupsik.
And again, Na'Vi going towards B, and I think this is a good choice for this composition. Not too much util. B is an easy site to take.
To be forced to respect at least the ultimate coming in from Vice, force them away. Woot's ahead of this though. Double tap Goody wearing thin, but now it's gone from 1. He's finding 2 back-to-back. Shao and Rupsik suffering on this. And they feel like they're learning on their feet here for Heretics. Can Hero live up to the moniker? Oh, the paranoia is just gorgeous. Boo sending that in, and Woot to find it. An in-zone flawless reply.
Yeah, so I talked about Na'Vi using this B site there, but I think with the Vice ult specifically, I'd rather go for a site where we're set up better in a post plan. B is an easy site to retake. Why not go towards A, use that Vice ult, set up into a better post plan, because A is disgustingly hard to retake. I don't think Angel even needs to use the Vice ult to get onto B there. I would have saved that for the post too.
Could have been nicer, couldn't it? Little smile from Boo, looking happy. And it has forced the Na'Vi timeout. Lovely golf claps, audience. Well done. Very respectful. Yeah, 1 round so far posted for Na'Vi. And it was, honestly, them hitting some nice shots. That walk into B, it looked good. But now this pause, they've got a couple of ults to work with. Shao only 1 off from his. They could maybe make something around that. Or do you think this is more of a holistic change now.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to call something for this round specifically, but holistically, something does need to change. The problem is this composition.
Talk to me about the comp, because you kind of wanted to, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it's short-lived? It doesn't have the versatility here? What are the big downfalls?
When you're playing a Vice and Cypher on this map, on attack side, you're going to be in a bit of trouble because it's difficult to take space. It's difficult to do the XX. You don't have that util power. The default they have usually is that smoke on A main to, you know, make the information game hard for Heretics to get, but Boo has just been disrespecting it the entire time. And the Vice stones into sewers. But I didn't see many more looks against Apex than that. Like, Apex didn't make them struggle or make them answer difficult questions.
Right. Well, we're going to find those responses now. Looking like it is going to be this work towards A, considering the util.
I expect this round more of a straight approach with the ults. So a bit of an easier out for Na'Vi this round.
Woot's got his ult as well, though. If he does get any real inkling of where they're going, the investment feels pretty solid. Util going to be removed, though, at the 1 minute 15 mark. Back to B, is it, boys? No? Where are we off to? There we go.
Maybe some fake pressure towards B, but
well,
usually you'd expect Woot to ult there, but doesn't even need to.
No, Koala is going to be committing his ult to try and clear that C space, so he should be able to confirm what's going on, but they didn't manage to catch Boo, who's gone away with daylight robbery. Punishing Hero on the push up here. Koala trying to get back to business to try and secure this, but it feels flimsy already with only 3 to secure. Xiao does get the ult off the plant, so that's something in the back pocket, but do they have it to depend upon? Looking to reposition with this and leave Koala Noob and Angel to be at the forefront.
The Vice 1 CT could be something.
See if Woot catches
not going to fly
anyone.
off of it.
Don't think he caught anyone with this, and Koala Noob trying to be an instigator to a different outcome, but Boo's patience pays off, and now it gets harder for Xiao in these scenarios. He's going to need Angel to give him a little something, get some work going. It's already been destroyed here. They're going to just face the music. The defuse isn't stopping. Heretics holding it down. Oh, right under their nose is NAVI. Hitting a bit of a brick wall here, Mini.
Yeah, and Rooksik going down immediately is such a big pick because Boo doesn't snowball that into a 5v3. Garage would have been smoked off in that situation, so it would have been winnable.
Oh, that's unpleasant. Boo's having some ratty impact. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be your highlight kills, right? He's not in the montage, but he's got some nice little ratty kills going on. He's
I mean, even the impact him disrespecting that A utility early was pretty big. Not the kind of thing that is like a big thing, but subtle. And Rian's again.
Backing
Kid's on fire.
himself. Yeah, backing himself in that fight. Didn't want to even back away from it. Took the damage and he took the kill. Angel, the one with the Vandal now. Running the remix here.
They could catch Heretics off though.
Again, this contact play will at least catch one, but do they expect the second? They don't. Rienz was the one that they noted earlier, but he's still getting away with more damage. They've managed to carve out some room on the site. Woot gets interested, and Angel greets him at the door, sends him away. Suddenly, side looking theirs. Angel looking up for the challenge. So Mini Boo and Benji.
Spike planted.
It's tough to play this back in. Operator to try and work these angles, but look at them. Waiting. Trip gets broken. Mini Boo waiting for a swing. No one on it yet. Clears graffiti, looks left, spots Angel, takes him away. Where's the swing? Benji couldn't see it, but he finds that one. Off comes in. Oh, Benji! Beautiful from Benji, clutching up here. I thought it might have been mistimed there. Awkward on the counter swing, but Benji controls in the end and keeps this lead building for Heretics.
Yeah, massive round from Benji. And Benji, honestly, someone this season, like, I think all of Heretics have been on fire, but Benji has been a bit quieter. So if we can see more rounds like that from him.
He used to be such a clutch player. And as I said, it hasn't been it hasn't been a highlight run for him yet, but as you said, if he keeps having those sort of impacts,
he's got it there.
That was magic, right? That was real magic. And I've got to flip the script here too. Angel is leading the fray for NAVI at 7-6, and that round I felt was off his back too. The entries were great from him.
Yeah.
Where's the rest, though? I don't want to see Angel having to be that main man forward.
Yeah, that 3v2 was not played well at all by Navi. The peeking off each other. The first kill with the op, okay, fair enough. After that, there was no trade at all coming in. Nice undercut to deny the drone. Again, with Navi's composition, denying a drone like that, that's big. There's no other initiator util really to take this space. There's going to be a lot of contacting, and that's maybe why they're looking at this operator as a potential win condition.
On there. Currently in the hands of Koala Noob and Miniboo, obviously. And this feels very indicative of, again, this B pressure building. The thing that worked before isn't working this time. Miniboo takes a glimpse towards it, and he finds his man. Xiao's gone down. Now Wu under pressure, but he wants back in too. They're not giving this up. Navi are not getting what they need here. Looking to pivot towards C. You can't get away from Miniboo. He's just ever present. Ruxic, yeah, takes him down, but Benji was still here, taking the space on C long. Koala Noob and Hero gonna have to really step things up. Wu gonna give away his position, but Benji could work with him. But an isolated fight gives over a potential situation. Plan needs to come in. The plan is down. Oh, it's good. Koala Noob, lovely shot. Can they find Rienz and Woot though? Woot creeping closer. You want to play contact plays? I'll do the same. And Koala Noob just lost in the source. Focus down on the other side as Woot takes him out of the game. And Heretics, look, we said this map sits with them. I didn't expect it to this extent.
I think with this comp from Navi, I'm a bit more pessimistic. I think attack side of this comp, I'm, you know.
30 seconds.
Don't like it?
No.
No.
I don't want to say I expected this. I expected a bit more of a fight from Navi.
Yep.
But they're not finding any answers. And they are trying stuff. Like, they tried that operator there. They tried to get messy towards C with that Ruxic ult, but it wasn't enough.
7-1. Brazilians around the world unhappy. Miniboo though. Outlaw is in. So, look at the light shields. It's plentiful. Hero already copying a load of damage. Was that just the spam through towards window? I'm not sure. But it's Rienz to find Koala Noob now. Rienz needs to keep dodging. Oh, he's pretty slick with it. They're throwing everything at the guy, but he's coming out running, trying to do what he can, but eventually just too much utility to deal with. So Miniboo goes fact-finding. Has a look around, and he's going to be in a dodgy position to deal with, actually, because he's got another player joining him too.
And flank's necessary against this Vice, in my opinion. Vice got Thorns and Wool ready on CT.
Miniboo, this is really tough to clear, though. Uh-oh.
Here.
Uh-oh.
Here.
The Grand spotted. The paranoia in. Oh, you can see the synergy. It puts Xiao now in a must-win. You lucky boy, Xiao. Sometimes the gods favor you, sometimes they don't, but Angel is right here. The only one showing up, it feels like, for Na'Vi. But Benji, you don't have another clutch in you, do you? He's going to get half the least. Yeah, this comes a little bit unwinnable now. Xiao in sewers. Angel on the site. The two that made them get up to 2 rounds.
When I talked to Angel about this comp in the post-plant,
yeah,
we were saying, you know, Xiao back on Sova, what was that about? Like, his back? And he was like, you know, if I want to play Vice, then he needs to play Sova in this comp. As if, like, he was the reason that that was happening.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's putting up a good show. He's winning them this round.
I mean, Angel actually looks mechanically really good right now.
Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't...
Again, still at the top of the board for Na'Vi, 9-7. Next closest, Ruxic, but that was a lot of ults invested for that one as well.
I do think this A site is something that Navi could be exploring more. It was something in my notes that Heretics had a bit of a weakness in the mid-rounds holding that A site, but right off the bat, Heretics realizing that potentially, 3A, up deep already, nice crossfire. For Navi, it looks like that B approach again.
But what's the reaction to that trip getting broken? They have to find a solution, because obviously they're leaving such a drastic gap on the map.
Launching thorns.
Woot's still got his ult, I guess, but Benji getting curious. I feel like Koala Noob's got the slam dunk on that. He does. Dipped in towards Garage earlier on, going to hit those shots as well from Woot, and just reinforce towards that B site.
Surprised Benji didn't wait for Woot to clear that together.
Hero feeling, yeah, overwhelmed. Does at least get a good read of the amount of bodies coming from that side, but tricky to now clear the back of this B site. Na'Vi looking for some safety by filtering through towards that C connector, but the rest of the squad's coming in from Heretics now. A bit of a stall out with the paranoia, and Rooksy trying to reposition. Does he get predicted on the spam? No, he doesn't. He makes a meal of it, though. Abu gonna punish. Angel, again, unpredictable, but can he get the reward? Rienz is not stopping. Angel, you have to find them, and he can't. Miniboo kept him safe on the defuse. An 8-2 now. Heretics snatching away another round.
Yeah, very messy round, and Navi are going to be kicking themselves there for not winning that one. I think Woot made a pretty big mistake going by himself, retaking a bit too early, not waiting for the flanks coming in. When you're by yourself on the retake, you want to just wait for your teammates to come in, but ultimately doesn't matter.
One enemy remaining.
The on-site post looking a bit awkward there for Navi.
Phantom, Neil, I want Phantom!
How about Phantom?
Are you a Phantom enjoyer?
It's one of those things where I know the
You know you
Phantom's
should.
better,
Yes.
and I've got to pretend when you're coaching, like, you should buy the Phantom as much as possible, but
But
then
you
as soon
never
as I
put one
play
in your
ranked,
life.
it's like, I'm Vandal only.
Literally. Look, Scream made me believe, okay? It didn't go well for him in the end, but, you know.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
What? Which team's he playing for? Now, in shambles. Rooksy getting involved. It feels like Navi, when they play this kind of fast and loose, it almost works. That should be a nab. It is.
No buy for Navi, but getting on this A side, not Angel again?
Angel's just a gunner. He has been in aim labs, he's been working, he's been doing all sorts, but the problem is you can't escape that. Didn't actually get the tag on Angel, he got down Shout for keeping the player up to the good, but into the post plant we go. I like Benji on this eventual flank as well.
This Vice post plant on an A, again, you see the wall and thorns, it's nasty to get through.
I feel like it's on Benji really,
Yeah.
but the timing. You know, you got Angel here with some nice post plant utility. He is costing them a lot of this time. I love what we're seeing. They've got to make a go of this right about now. They've waited on Benji, but it's time to go. We're going to take... Wait, how have they just done this? Angel! I don't know how Benji and Woot just got two so simply, but maybe just not expecting the flank at this point, but a comfortable defuse now.
I think just the economic difference there. Some probably pretty easy kills from their POVs. But Navi, again, they did have an opportunity.
Yeah.
I wish they had gone more for this A earlier. Like, it looks good in the rounds where
They're
they
getting
shouldn't
the
be
plant,
winning.
they're
That's
getting, you know,
two, like,
yep.
low-buy rounds where it looks good. But if they had done this earlier on the gun rounds, potentially a little bit better.
One enemy remaining.
These are pretty nice shots.
Yeah, fair play. I don't think there's much to
It's
really
Woots
critique.
again, though. 14 and 6. I mean, him and Miniboo 14 and 6.
They're both doing very well. We've had a couple of Benji finding impact in those kind of like post-plant clutches. We've had Rienz at the start. It's starting to look a bit scarier, right? You see the strength of Heretics starting to return, and it does make you nervous because this team gets scary as they get on. Miniboo going walkabouts down middle as well with the support of Rienz. But you can see Navi once again wanting to explore this A, and I think rightly so.
I think it'll be hard for Heretics to hold given that Angel does have Vice Ult. I would have loved to see him save that and see if there was anyone on site there before using it. Saving it for the post potentially, but they'll take the site.
Ooh, the combo! Angel's lucky to get away from that. Sorry, it wasn't even Angel to get away. Who was it who got to quad? I can't even remember now, but bloody hell, that combination is so lethal. And Navi now trying to play on the site, feeling a little battered and bruised. We're going to try and work it from CT, but that's a three-man stack. Still going to get one. Rooksy falls. Zhao going to find one, but Benji again in these post plants, working back in. Heretics thriving in all this chaos. Look, we knew this map was going to be good for them. We knew this was their strength and starting point, but 10-2 is a very one-sided scoreline.
Yeah, and going into attack now is Yoru ISO, and traditionally that's where it is better.
Well, we're going to find out after the break if it holds true to trend.
One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. One enemy.
Well, Na'Vi, they had faith in this composition. Hopefully, on this side of the map, we should see it in its best form, right? This should be where it finds comfort. However, as you said before we went to that break, there is a lot of versatility and a lot of impact on this Heretics side, and they don't need many rounds.
Yeah, but I would also like to highlight that against Apex, they did only get 5 on the defense, which is usually good for Haven, but for their composition, I'd feel like it's a little bit underperforming, especially when we consider Apex aren't Heretics.
Yes, yes, but my GOAT Floor was playing, so...
True.
So... Yeah. 10-2. Na'Vi, make me a believer that there's something to do with this comp, right? Make me believe.
They got the read, it seems like. Big stack towards C.
Yeah, right place
Would
for it.
go kill.
Woot. Been noted and in trouble. Ooh, you like to see that. Oh my, wait, how did Koala Noob fall there? I thought it might have been Rooksik on the site to get caught on that, but no. There's a little bit of a chip damage on the way out, but going to spot them backpedaling away. 1-for-1 trade out.
Good preparation from Na'Vi. Heretics love to do this with Woot. They send him up C quite a lot, either by himself or with numbers, and it gets a bit of a pain for the defense figuring out if it's, quote, just Woot or 5 people.
Okay, so put Shao then really in the driving seat. The support is not nearby. He can't really afford to fall here. It's a long rotate over towards this side of the map. Is he trying to find comfort? Looks to try and posture a bit more.
He's going to need to do a lot of work here.
He's trying to stick around, and he does have help now. Angel has made it. Jump spot from the back of sight as well. Should be seen. And he's Miniboo's on the hunt already, going to divide it, leave Shao to his own devices, going to be spotted and dealt with. Very heads up from Heretics. Miniboo as well. Denies any support from CT. And it's just methodical in approach, very well considered. Rooksik does have the paranoia, but Angel already down so low, going to make it very tricky to find value in the way of retaking this site. I think they know that now. 11 rounds beckoning for Heretics, and Rooksik has to swing. And there's no spacing, there's no chance in this. That felt so well considered by Heretics.
Yeah, they got unlucky running into the stack towards C. And
Which
still
was well done by
able to-
Navi.
Yep, of course. But composed enough to reset this round. I mean, I do think I want to highlight this too, is the double sentinel, you usually say good on defense.
Right.
I think on three site maps.
Bomb sites?
Sorry, it was
First time moment, guys, first time moment.
First time moment. Brand new to this role.
3 site maps, I don't love it. Because 3 site maps, you need to get active and rotational. To just sit back and just pray that they're going to go into your Sentinel utility, I'm not a big fan of.
Okay. He's very good at this game, isn't he, old Miniboo?
Pretty good,
Or
yeah.
young Miniboo, should I say. And I can see what you're saying. I guess it encourages a behavior that may not be conducive to what you like seeing, which is that proactive approach, taking space. I feel like you could play around it a bit more, but I don't know if Navi are the team to be playing around it yet. We may not even really get a chance to look into it, because this is probably 12 here, obviously with the classics coming in.
I mean, Angel usually does his best. Right? He's running around the map, putting his util everywhere, trying to play dynamic, but...
They've got it all free, and the silence becomes quite obvious. Flank feeling very likely. You can see Boo in a very deep off angle. That's going to be steps heard, and that's going to be called out. Riens!
Bro, his long A, that angle is just his.
He's quite good at it. And it's who goes farming? Who's collecting? Miniboo's only 1 off the ult, so he would want to get this. Riens nabbing.
He's having to battle for it.
I want to see it from his side, but it's in zone flawless to get up to 12 here. And a reminder, if you're playing along at home with who locks in which side, if Na'Vi lose this map, they cannot lock that first seed. That becomes impossible for them. Let's have a little watch back on this one. Wow. It's just pretty.
Spike planted.
Even at the end there. What are you meant to do?
I thought he was going to hit that there because we had the replay.
Yeah, I want to see this one as well. Yeah, he makes Val look good. Real good. Nice play,
Nice,
Angel.
guys, let's go. Thank you so much for boosting my KDA.
The 12-2. Really need Na'Vi to bring out the big guns. If you got something made, if you got something
Yeah,
You thought up, this is it.
They opted to full eco last round, so you know, playing with 10 to go. This is the round where they got the Vandals. And you can see already, defense from Na'Vi is very passive, very bunkered. Heretics are going to have the time and space and very little risk to do what they want at the start of this round.
Which is, again, I guess, something that you didn't love the idea of, that this kind of double sentinel encourages that behavior to a degree, but I guess it's also quite hard to be brave when you're facing 12 rounds. You don't want to be made to look silly going for these aggressive plays, maybe getting caught high risk, but the reward's certainly there. For now, though, going to be on the receiving end of that Yoru ult, coming right towards the A site. Anything to couple it with? Not yet.
Thorns for a stall, though. Miniboo's going to be isolated.
Yeah, but Miniboo's Miniboo is fine! How is this guy so ice cold under pressure? And the support comes in. Perfect. But Koala Noob dives in and gets things back. It's not over yet. 3v3. Rooksik waits. Keeps the space on that CT. Boo tucked on site. One towards Graffiti. One towards Hell. Traditional crossfire. Hero, you're going to leap from the window, try and draw the attention. The flash comes in, he drops down, isolates Shaw, but down to Boo and Benji's been hitting, but not today. Koala on the gaze. Boo's gone down, there is life in them yet. Na'Vi staying alive.
Crazy round from Koala Noob.
Yeah, heroics.
Oh, just him.
Pretty much.
Na'Vi did have the read, they were there. I thought Miniboo was going to be in trouble there by himself, but the Yuta was lovely. Miniboo dug himself out of that situation nicely. But yeah, Koala Noob here.
Absolute hero.
One enemy remaining. Last player.
Begging for the Angel ace.
Angel fans in the crowd.
Love to see it. Now, timeout for Na'Vi, right? 3 rounds. We asked for perfect Valorant.
Timing out after winning a round is odd, but maybe, I mean, Happy didn't like what he saw.
Don't remember when he smiled last.
It's an ironic name.
It is.
It's like how I'm called Mini, and I'm
so tall.
giant.
6'2".
Yeah.
I really want to just get a picture of you next to Potter standing up.
There are pictures.
Yeah, but I want one for myself. And maybe Dryad there as well. You know what I mean? Just add a little high chart in.
Like Russian dolls.
Yes. A big gap between a couple of them, though. Crowd's been good today. They cheered on a tech pause earlier.
Yeah, I liked it. I think I presume they're bringing in a PC.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was pretty good. I actually... the monkeys.
Monkey.
Monkey on the car. Can't do the rest of that joke. But Outlaw out again for Miniboot. 3 chances to get some pretty clean kills. Angel Shao hero only on those light shields. Bulldog still in play, but Koala Noob has ult, and he just had a big round. We're going to need more of that, though. A lot more of that.
Deep breath.
Trying to think of the rest of that joke, sorry.
It's more of a meme than a joke.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Na'Vi seem to be set on the idea that Heretics are going towards B. Double stack in. But Heretics, once again, just taking it cautiously slow. Some proactivity from Na'Vi. Heretics just ticking off the boxes. A main control, now re-clearing this garage space, making sure that Cypher doesn't have anything to give Na'Vi information. But nice re-clear here from Na'Vi. Boo is ready.
Yeah, Boo. Waiting on this one. The barrel will give away. And that's the heavy hitter from the last round gone. Koala Noob making... Oh, Rooksik! What was that? I've been watching too much Gordon Ramsay. I want to do the impression, you know what I mean? Donkey! But now, Boo... Ooh. Oh, God! How is Woot just still... Maybe thinking, oh, they could have stacked it, 'cause we've already seen 2. But the awareness is there. Hero and Angel. Yeah, you're absolutely fried on that one. In zone flawless, wraps up map 1. Team Heretics 13-3 Mini. That's a clear-cut result.
Yeah, Yeah, Heretics look great, but as we expected, Na'Vi it's not their comfortable map. Hopefully in map 2 and potentially 3, this might be a bit more competitive.
That is what we're waiting for. Map 2, map 3 is where it gets interesting. Don't miss this one.